Hello, how are you? It's Okela Hemsley, content creator. I'll start with the introduction before I go direct to my topic. Okay, for my profile, I'm Okela Hemsley, a Kenyan, age 25 years of age, with a undergraduate degree of biomedical science and technology. Currently, I'm an intern at Kenya Marine and Fisheries Research Institute, and I also work with the Kenya Red Cross Corporation or Kenya Red Cross Society, Mombasa branch, as a youth volunteer. Well, I'm fond of helping and assisting people. Today I'm going to talk about depression, anxiety, mental health. And one of the things that people are supposed to understand, and it is something that has been known for quite decades and millennia. Peace of mind is something that is so essential for a human being to survive and to thrive and making decisions on this earth. And the knowledge of acquiring peace of mind is something that from generation out of the quest to make ends meet, it is somehow freezing. It is not coming up clearly to people. So here I am to share some of the clueless ideas, my experience on how to mitigate depression, anxiety, and mental health situation, the consequences of it, what causes them, and a lot. Just stay tuned and be ready. One person once said that the most important thing that you will ever lose and you'll find yourself degrading rapidly is your mental health. I know it's something that it's not coming up that well, but I'll try to talk. Being a science student, I'm not that jovial, so let's just go direct to the topic. Depression. People have defined depression. Some are talking just about it outside here, and you don't give them a ear to hear. I'm here to tell you, please learn these people here to hear what they're suffering from, understand them. Because if you lose one person, it is something that even you yourself will not live in a comfort zone. Okay, depression is a feeling of severe despondency and dejection, or we can also say it is the essence of self-doubt creeps in that swiftly and turns to depression. Self-esteem is so low, you are doubting yourself on situations, on decisions making. This is what that normally is a mother of depression. And anxiety is feeling of being worried, nervousness, or unease about something with uncertain outcome. Okay, anxiety has two outcomes. It can be a positive outcome and a negative outcome. Now, what I'm going to talk about is anxiety in relation to depression and mental health. Depression, anxiety is something of clinical importance because this is a mental disorder which is characterized by depressed mood, loss of interest in activities. It affects our feelings, thinking, and action. And out of research, people that suffer from depression has come up to 5% in adults. This is quite alarming. Out of 100 people, 5 are suffering. Out of 100 people that you know, 5 are suffering out of depression. It can be critical one. And depression is somehow suicidal. Okay, there are some categories of depression: seasonal affective disorder, bipolar disorders, persistent or peripartum disorders. These are has been given in the level of how it shows itself to persons in terms of symptoms. Okay, so all of these cannot have a meaning if you have not attended a medical class, but just have a knowledge, a grasp of it, so that when you see somebody suffering, you'll be able to understand, I cannot help at this juncture, I better refer it to a specialist. Okay, there are predisposing factors. One include trauma, stress due to an illness, stress buildup, and mental health disorders. For instance, Alzheimer's disease and dementia in adult or the aged, that can bring the depression. Also, it's somehow oriented with gene transfer, which is genetic disorder. Sometimes there's something that research have come up to understand that there's anxiety gene, and so this can be channeled to generation to other generation. And mark you, it is not a guarantee that once your parents suffered out of anxiety or depression or mental health, you can suffer too. Drugs or alcohol. People do parties, but there are deleterious effects behind it. On risk factors of depression, there is loneliness or low self-esteem, sexual abuse, this is normally child sexual abuse, family history, we have talked about genetics, that is gene transfer of anxiety gene to one person, constant stress, the traumatic effects, gender, anxiety, depression has been associated with ladies. The earlier years of education below 21 years, because the quest for knowledge for a tender age is quite traumatic and can lead to depression if it cannot be guided, if he or she cannot be guided well. Absent of a parent, single parenthood is something that we should really check on globally. For a child needs both parents. This normally can lead to depression if it cannot be taken care of. Personality. I can give example of shyness in social situations, oversensitivity of criticism, fixation on details, and moral rigidness. We have talked about physical illness, that is heart disease. I've mentioned Alzheimer's, dementia, thyroidism, especially hyperthyroidism, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, asthma, and drug or medication withdrawal. There are some things that you can do to mitigate depression, mental health, or anxiety, and it has been found working to some people. One is having fun. Visit some places like public gardens. Just get outside there. Don't just live in your house, closed doors. Doesn't help. Just get outside. Feel some breath air. You can do yoga. Stay physically active. Just have a jog. Engage regularly with your family, communities. Okay? Talk to people. If it is something that you cannot do it because of trust issues with your people or those around you, you can have a therapist, a counselor, can talk to you, can hear you. Because we normally say a solution shared is half solved. Before I round up, I would like to talk about my background so that you'll understand that there is issue with depression and we fought it. Up to where I am, I can have a big smile in front of you. I can share something to you. It was not easy, I bet. Oh, I'll start with where I'm coming from. I said I'm a Kenyan, okay? But that is not complete. And I will try as much as possible because I've lived for 25 years, experienced a lot, and I'm trying to do it short time possible. Okay. Okello Achille Hemsley is born on a family of 12 here in Kenya. During those times, they used to embrace polygamy, and there's something that even religion was against it. Our culture was having a upper hand on it. Born of a second wife as the firstborn with 3 siblings, so in total we have 7, including of the 3 children of the first wife. I was born in a middle class family. I grew on in love, but not until I started school, when my stepmom showed up in our family while we were living back in a certain town where dad used to do his job. And then things just came up and started going down higher. So devastating mom to understand that she's the second wife after giving back to me, expectant of another child. Decided to leave because of wrangles and feuds, internal feuds, where we came to a certain city, Mombasa, stayed there, gave birth to my her second child, my sister, and went back to Baringo after a reconciliation. Life was not easy though, because there was time expenses was too high for the money that is coming in. Mama decided to do some illegal businesses like selling illicit breed. Sometimes she was caught, taken to prison, living alone. Out of this traumatic event, one of the things that really added up to life hardship was our dad venturing into chronic illicit and illegal drinking, to an extent that his job had to be punishable, whatever the circumstances they were. He was transferred abruptly from where he was doing his job to another office. Where of that rapid transfer, some papers were not aligned well, and we had that experience where there was no money. Mama had no job. Only breadwinner that we knew was daddy, and now he doesn't have any money to support the family. We could not be able to pay rent, to have the food on our tables. Mama decided to go out as a Jua Kali woman. I really love her. Wherever she is, may God bless her, because she's still alive. You know that age. He could stay day all over the day, that scorching sun in Baringo County. Making ballast for construction. And that time, 1 wheelbarrow of ballast was 40 Kenyan shillings. And the stones that are required for ballast, they are very tough to break them. But all in all, we survived. Not until Dad was discovered he was having pressure. He could suffer sometimes stroke, which interfered with her normal functioning of the brain, and ended up hospitalized. And I will talk about hospitalization, not for the first time, the third time. That's when he succumbed to his death with cardiopulmonary attack. He suffered with mental issues sometimes, and I could see stigmatization even in the family, in the neighborhood. Having a crazy dad sometimes, and also a chronic drinker, living in a poverty life. It was not easy. After the death of my dad, we decided to move to countryside. And I told you there was stigmatization in the family, and I'm not fearing anybody to talk about this. We had a very big separation tunnel between my family and others. But all in all, God was faithful. And I remember when Dad died is when I did my KCPE exam, Kenya Certificate of Primary Education. So I was to transit from primary to a secondary school. We had no fee. It was challenging because I had already done one paper a year before, but I passed well, although Dad did have enough money to support my secondary education. So I give him a second chance, and here he's failing me again by his death. But out of the support of my grandparents, well wishes, we really came up and finished my primary education, my secondary education, in the year 2017. And I was privileged to have scored a good grade for me to further my education in a university, a local university, a well-known university in Kenya. Although being supported by government, but not fully sponsored, because we had to require some money for my hostel charges, my food, and any other basic necessity that one requires to survive in university campus. It was not easy. living in a technological life, doing a technical course. But here I am. I finished with all the challenges. Out of abusive dad who could come and beat our mom in front of us, chasing us out, lacking fee, lacking sufficient supply of food and nourishment. We never give up. We pressed on. Even while I am waiting for an employment or a source of income, I know how far we have come. Fighting all these things. One has power in him or her that surpasses every challenge he or she is facing. Just face deep inside you. Look in the mirror. Those people can define you, but they cannot design you. Peer pressure can be there, influence are there, but never lose your track. Wherever you are, be it in Africa, be it in Asia, Middle East, America, North America, both South, Europe, Antarctica, Arctica, I'm here to assist you. My parents are not that religious. And I tell you, the number of days or Sundays that we were attending churches were countable. But I thank God I knew how to pray. I knew how to talk to the one who is hidden. It was my strength. Up to today, Jesus is my strength. Just believe, trust the process, work hard, try your best. Be of uncorrupted mind. David once said, happy is thee that not walketh in the counsel of wickedness. These words are true. If you don't follow your peer pressure of demoralizing or immoral values to you, you will be happy, you will be healthy, you will strive to excellence, you will move mountains, you will break bridges and doors of heights. Just in God. Wherever you are, try to share as much as possible with your situation with God if you don't have man to talk to. When therapists fail, when friends fail, when family failed, when those that I relied on failed, Jesus was faithful. Thank you so much for your time. I hope this will help you. Kindly share to others. Thank you so much. May God bless you for this opportunity.